Hola.
Hi.
Bienvenidas a Super Mamás.
Super Mamás.
This is Paulina.
And this is Bricia. We're moms and sisters.
I have two beautiful girls, Krista who's 4 and Sabina who's 1.
And I have a handsome baby boy, Eduardo Santiago. And we welcome you to the Super Mamás Sisterhood.
We're here to help one another, inspire one another, and support each other through the ups and downs of motherhood.
I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Okay, ¿listas?
Here we go. Hi, Super Mama.
Hola. This is Paulina. And this week we have our Mother's Day special.
Feliz Día de las Madres.
Feliz madrecita mía.
Feliz Día de las Madres. A toda madre, el Día de las Madres. And we have the Madre of all Madres, Paulina's mom crush, my mom crush, Lily Love with us today.
I know. It was so much fun to catch up with her.
We talked about so much. This episode is way long, guys. Way long.
Forgive us.
So enjoy the show. Enjoy your day. And don't do anything, because that's what Lily taught us.
Just do you, boo-boo.
Chill. Enjoy the show.
Hello.
Feliz Día de las Madres.
Feliz Día de las Madres.
Da, 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 da,
Mujer. I was going to go into a deep woman's song.
There's all these like deep
Te amo, mamá.
Madrecita mía. Mama. You know, there's all these like
all these songs, poems.
We gotta find some. I'll find it. I'll find like the cheesiest one and put it as a back.
Yeah, you should.
As a back. As our new intro. That's gonna be the intro song.
Yeah.
So you were saying, Paulina, what happened to you this weekend?
So many things happened this weekend. The thing with Krista. Oh my God, we're just talking about like all the funny things that they say now. On Saturday, we went out with mom, the whole family, and
the army. Is that how it is when you go out, Lily, with your family?
Yeah. It's
like, by the way, Lily Love is in the house.
Lily
Love, Lily Love 2 and 3. What?
Representing. Yeah. It's a whole army.
Right?
I have the whole platoon.
But like, okay, so
troops.
it's you. But then imagine when it's just like your brother and your sisters, and then like
their kids.
Like, do you guys ever go to restaurants?
Yeah.
Like all
like
of you guys?
of
How
us.
many are there?
Yeah, we actually this last February we went to to celebrate my dad's 60th.
Oh.
We took him to Santa Barbara. So it was all of us, my parents, my sisters, their kids. So it's like it was like 20 people.
Right.
And yeah, we straight up we had to eat at restaurants, so it was like 20 of us.
And the wait is long everywhere you go.
Well, they're like, they kind of like had this like panic in like their face, like,
and
oh
you're
my
like very like not like there's 20.
Yeah, there's 20 of us, like these like 20 Mexicans. That, my sister-in-law is Vietnamese, so it was kind of, what, is she with you? Yeah, she's with us. She's with us, and yeah, so that's how we roll. We love it.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's fun to go.
Dude, we sit down and it was like a tsunami had hit that part of the restaurant because my baby's 1 and Paulina's baby is like 1.5. So we're still like in high chairs and they still like the floor was just like it was just.
And
like,
then we ate rice.
Crushed. And then we ate rice.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was just like and then we like ordered everything on the menu.
I know they're looking at us like, you're really gonna eat all of that?
And then
the
food came and we're like, like everyone's just like everyone's just like,
how many of you guys was it?
I mean, the husbands didn't go, so it was just 9.
Yeah, there's only 9.
Oh, that's not too bad. No, it was literally like 20 of us in Santa Barbara. Okay,
yeah,
Santa Barbara.
I can imagine like years down the road where my brother has kids and my little sister has kids. Oh God, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, so what did Krista tell you?
So, we're in this whole stage where we just speak our mind and we just, say whatever we feel. So she asked me to go to the restroom and we went, and the mall was so packed. So we went to the family restrooms and, and then we were in there. She was like, Mommy, you know what? I think I want to have a penis. And I look at her and then I was like, you do? Why? She was like, I just want to be a girl with a penis. it's easy. I can just squeeze it, and then pee will come out, and I can just stand. I don't have to sit. And I was like,
That makes
okay.
sense.
Yeah. I'm like, Nick, so do I.
Yeah.
I was like,
I too want a penis to
you're
go pee.
like, I was like, you are finding out, how hard it is sometimes for us girls to go pee, right? I was like, I feel the same way sometimes, but you have a vagina, so what are we gonna do? So it's just like, sometimes she catches me off guard, and I don't know what to answer. I was just like, I just go like, why? Like, that's my go-to. Why do you feel like that? And then I just let her elaborate, and then I continue, and then we left, and that was it. But my daughter
I
wants
too
to have a
feel the
penis.
same way. Like, sometimes I wish I had a penis to go pee. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy.
And then I'm gonna say something,
you
ladies.
just kind of just go on the side, get a bottle, and then you're done. Like, if you're going, you have to sit and squat.
And then I'm gonna say something, and I don't want to offend anybody out there, but girls, please, when you guys go to the restroom, be a little bit cleaner. Why is it that the women's restroom is always so dirty? We're girls. Public
'Cause
restroom.
I'll tell you why.
Come on, Lily.
I'll tell you why.
Knowledge.
I'll
Drop
tell you,
knowledge.
Drop knowledge. Mother of 4. I'll tell you why I don't want a penis. Okay. And I'll tell you why the girls' restrooms is a mess. Because of moms like me. Why? Because I have 3 boys. Okay. And they go with me to the bathroom. And I tell them, like, that's nasty. Okay. They stand up, but they don't pay attention to where it splashes, where it goes. They don't care. They're up high, standing up. So then for us girls, you go to and it's nasty.
It is.
It is nasty.
It is nasty.
And but I'm a responsible mom with my boys, so when I go, I'm like, make sure you pay attention and aim at the middle, and like, what are you doing? And so yeah, I don't want that thing. Thank you very much.
I know.
Do you and in your house is the toilet seat always up?
No.
No, is you
No.
trained them all?
No. It's yeah.
Oh, good.
No, it has to come down. Well, luckily we have more than one bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and so the boys' bathroom is usually they can do whatever. 'Cause I never go in there. That's nasty. Okay, but my bathroom, nobody goes in there, so the toilet seat's always down.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
smart. That's my dream. I want to have my own bathroom when I have my own house.
How was your Mother's Day, ladies?
Great. Well, it was good.
That was a pause.
It was great. Well,
Wait, let me think about it.
it was good. Wow, Alina.
Well, it started out really good. I went to church, and we had breakfast, the whole family with mom. And then I went home, and my husband had to go to work. So it was like a normal Sunday, I went to Trader Joe's with my girls. And then I was like, I'm going to make it so special. I'm going to go eat Chick-fil-A. And I show up.
Because Chick-fil-A is bomb, ladies.
It
I don't
is
know
really
if
good.
you guys live where you guys live, there's a Chick-fil-A, but that's like our jam here.
I love it. And we get there, and it was closed. So, that's why I'm like, yeah, it was good. No, wait, not really. And then I didn't really eat Chick-fil-A. That was going to be my highlight. My Mother's Day highlight. But
you still have
I still have
Días de Mayo.
tomorrow.
I know we still got tomorrow.
Yeah.
We still get tomorrow. Bricia went to this fancy dandy restaurant with her husband, and I said, I'm going to give my husband until Tuesday and see what he comes up with. Hint, hint, honey.
I know, but my husband also made up for last year, I told you.
I know. I was like, what do you mean? And then you reminded me.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
No, I don't want to.
Now you have to.
No, I really don't want to.
I think she does.
How was your Mother's Day weekend, Lily?
Mine was good. It's
Like
just-
good or like a pause good?
No, my Mother's Days are always good because I'm with my favorite mothers. I didn't get to see my mother-in-law, which I love very much, but I was with my mom and my sisters. It's good. Like every Mother's Day is the same. It's chill. We spend morning with my kids and my husband, and then my husband goes with his mom, and I go with my mom, and I take the kids. And then for Father's Day, he takes the kids, and I go with my dad. And he goes with his dad.
Oh,
so
that's a great
good.
compromise.
yeah. It should be the opposite, though. It should be my day off. He should take the kids on Mother's Day, and I should take the kids on Father's Day, but we don't do it like that. Anyway,
that makes sense too.
it's just really, we just hang out. Like, it's so chill. We just catch up, and, we don't make a big fuss of it because, I don't know, we're weird. We were like, we don't make a big fuss of Valentine's Day. We don't it should be every day.
Right,
It should be
I
as a
know.
mom be celebrated every day as Valentine's
Right.
Day. We just try to do that, and we don't make a big, like, it's like good. The kids that, they're like, the school cards and the gifts, and I got like a e-card from one of the boys. He coded it, and yeah, it's really cute. So we just
so hip, so 2016.
He totally, like, he's like, Mom, did you check your email? Your gift is in there. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, I coded something. So he did flashing kittens and like hearts and
that's so cute.
so I was very impressed. And I'm like, but there's no sound. He's like, oh, wait a minute. And then he did some other stuff on the computer and then sound came on. So it's just very, I don't know, like comforting.
Did you guys like cook for yourselves and stuff? Or?
I don't do anything. I just want them to leave me alone. They chill. Don't fight on Mother's Day. Just relax. Everybody just chill. That's all I want. And so we did that.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of like husbands or partners or kids sometimes like go all out with like presents, and then like forget like, can I just like have a day off?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like even my mom was like, all I really want is my house to be clean.
Yeah, I mean that is the honest truth. Like I just want to chill. So my husband cooks, he washes the dishes, he does, like I just do whatever I want.
That's cool.
So
right.
We don't need to do anything fancy. Like I mean, if we do, great. It's not, I don't know, it's just each other's company to me is really, really, and you'll hear that a lot. Like it's just the people, be surrounded by those people that you love.
Right.
Just good conversation, good food. We're good.
Good. Yeah, my husband spoiled me.
He did.
He did, but he had to go to work, and then I went to the mall with my baby before coming to the restaurant to meet up with my family for lunch, because this is the only restaurant we can get a table at on Mother's Day, my own.
And that was kind of hard.
And it was kind of hard to get a table here too. But and I was walking around the mall with my kid, and then I was kind of hungry. I got a coffee. I sat down at the Glendale Americana. And I just got really sad. Why? I don't know. And I was like, why am I so sad right now? Because it was just like me sitting, drinking my coffee with my baby at like an empty mall because everything was closed. I was like, what am I doing here? So then I just left. I came to work and I was like, why did I get so sad? I don't know. I get really sensitive on Mother's Day for some reason.
Nostalgic.
Like, yeah, I get, I don't know why I have this thing because I don't know, I don't know.
But is it like weird. Happy? Like you're like excited? You're just like,
no,
she got depressed.
Yeah, like just kind of like, I'm by myself. It's You're Mother's bummed. Day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I told my husband, it's like, I don't feel about it. Like I know you had to work. It's that. But like, I don't know where, I guess. And I also think because like everything around you, it's like, I didn't open Instagram because I didn't even want, like everyone posts like, oh, breakfast in bed with my family and like all of these things. Like
I didn't get that.
Like everyone's getting, like all these social pressures of making this day so special.
Yeah.
There's like so much pressure that like the day has to be extra special.
That, it doesn't.
Like, yeah, but like in your head, like that's what I'm telling. Like that's why I got it in my head and I was like, wake up. Like you're so blessed. Go do something nice for somebody. Like go change the world. Like you don't sit here in the mall feeling sorry for yourself. Get up, slap myself around, and I just got up and went to do something, because I feel like that happens. Like I feel like sometimes, whether it's Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, any day, like we create these expectations of this perfect day around it, and if it doesn't meet our expectations, it could really bum us out. And I think like that's what happened to me. No, and I knew my husband and I were gonna go have dinner, and I know he was really excited to take me to dinner and to spend like a date night almost like for both of us. So I was really appreciative of that because he knows how much I enjoy good food. But like at that moment, I was like, man, like why isn't my Mother's Day perfect, quote unquote? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
like we get so caught up in like an Instagram picture.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have expectations like that on holidays anymore. Like you were saying, Valentine's and all of that stuff. I don't. I it's just I usually celebrate it, quote unquote, like go to the movies or something like a day after, 2 days after. It doesn't really have to be the day off, because I think it's just so cliche that it doesn't. At the end of the day, it's like too forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like, and just being, I'm so active on Instagram that, and that's one of the things that I hope I get across, because I get a lot of like, oh, it's so perfect and it's not. My life is so not perfect.
My life sucks, guys.
But what I think you're seeing or shows through is how much I love life,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And I feel like I'm capturing those moments. But just like I could see you, at the Americana drinking coffee with your baby. Obviously, you don't have somebody else to take your picture, but you could have taken a selfie with your son, and that is a perfect moment. You get to be with your son, you know, and it's all on perspective, and it's all on how you view it, you know. And I feel like I you know, now that we do get a glimpse at other people's lives through Instagram and Facebook and all that, and it's just much more acceptable to share that, because for a long time I was very like private, and even, you know, my sister was like, oh, what, you're gonna start a blog? What? That's crazy. Oh my God, people, you don't want people privacy. It's all about privacy. I feel like, you know, it's you have to really look. I mean, I look at you, you know, I've known you now for quite almost a year, no more, no?
Yeah.
And I just see you so blessed. You know, your family, you guys are so close, and, you know, your baby boy who's freaking adorably cute.
He is
like,
very handsome.
He is really handsome. Like, and so I feel like, you know, and there's a lot of women that could look at you and be like, I want to be just like her, and like, I can't have babies, and, you know, and you have your son. And so it's all really on perspective, because I myself have those moments. I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, her body, like, she's got 5 kids, and look at her, how great she looks. But then I'm like, hey, wait, you know what? Let me comb my hair a little bit. I'm not so about myself. And it all comes back to, like, look at what we have. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else has, because we're not walking in their shoes. We don't know their story, their background, their economic status, we don't know nothing. We know us. Right. And happiness and expectations only come from within, you know? And it's like, I feel like that's where it starts. Then it starts with your partner, you know, with your family, your kids, and then it's outward, you know? Yeah. But it really, you know, I too, like, have my sad moments, and, like, my, you know, I want to say, like, I have anxiety. Like, I'm like, oh my God, and this and this. And it's all about the control. It's the control we don't have, you know, of certain things. Right. And I think that's where it all comes in. And I've been reading a lot about, like, energy, and, like, you know, you have to change the thought if you know, you want to change your life, because, you know, you know, and I start to, like, because, you know, sometimes you feel sad, and that's a fair feeling to have, and one that we all have, and we should have, because then you realize, wait a minute, and it brings you back up again, because you realize how much you do have, you know. And it's a roller coaster. You're super happy, and then you feel sad for whatever reason, and it's total normal. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is, like, take it easy on yourself. You're so hard on yourself. Don't be.
And I think, and, you know, and that's not a conversation that I was having with my sister and my dad, like, a few minutes ago. Yeah. After, I know, I've slapped myself around, and I was like, why are you thinking this way? Like, you know, I just kind of, like, snapped out of it, and I was like, go do something good for somebody, or, do you know? And I think that's something, like, we like, sometimes we get caught up in, like, feeling bad, or something's not going perfect, when we forget that let's do something good for someone, or, and then that could make us 10 times feel better, you know, 10 times over. And then, talking about emotions, I went to church around the noon, and then our pastor had to preach about emotions, and how sometimes we let our emotions take us over. Do you know? And it's like, don't make decisions through emotions. You just, you know, just kind of come back. Process it. Like, you know, process everything, and just, before making a decision, or before starting, like, to, you know, get your emotions, get control of yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I love it.
It does.
Well, that was a long introduction. Let's take a break. Let's look through these questions, because we got a lot of questions for you, girl. All right, we'll be right back.
We gotta work on our own personal happiness.
Lily loves dropping knowledge right now, hard. Okay, let's get to these questions.
She just scolded me because I cooked on Mother's Day.
She's like, what?
You cooking on Mother's Day? Oh no, I don't get out of bed. Just kidding. I got out of bed.
You still put your makeup on. That's like the fun thing. I mean, I really enjoyed doing my makeup. So when I was really happy when to, like, a date night with my husband, because I got to, like, do, like, full on, like, I kicked it on. Like, see, I don't care. I don't care. People say, like, "Damn, that's too much makeup." I don't care.
No, that's fun.
In fact, I don't think it's enough.
Yeah.
In fact, she still has it on.
In fact, I still got residue from yesterday.
I mean, that's part of the excitement of going out, like the time that you have for yourself to put yourself
Yeah.
together. That, to me, that's fun. Then once I get to the van, I was like, I want to go home. like to me, that's so much fun. And to me, Mother's Day is about doing things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And
Right.
not caring what anybody thinks. Sorry, kid, you're not getting fed today.
So, Bricia, I'm not coming into work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Dia de
Oh,
las
yeah,
Madres.
Dia de las Madres.
Today, which is
Today.
they were publishing the episode today, tomorrow, whatever. You guys get it. Yeah, we should just stay home and do nothing. You know what? Maybe that's what we should do.
That's what we should do.
Take tomorrow off, Paulina. We get a
should.
second. We get the great thing
Let's do
about
a
living.
do-over.
The great thing about living in the United States that we get 2 Mother's Day.
Yes.
Well, being Mexican American. But I'm going to say, like, after we're done with the recording this, I'm going to give you some tips on how to, like, not feel bad about, you know,
Yeah.
doing things you want to do on Mother's Day and, like,
Yes, please.
Drop knowledge.
Drop-
No, do it.
and feel good about
Say
it.
it
Like,
right
I
now with
feel
the mic on.
great. I feel great. Yeah, I mean, I just feel Mother's Day is about you, especially if you're the one that had kids.
Right.
Like, you know, take the morning off, take the afternoon off. I mean, I split it. In the morning, it's all about me. Like, I do whatever I want. In the afternoon, we go and spend time with my mom. But even when we're there, we're just literally relaxed. We order in, or if we feel like cooking because we love to do it, we'll do it. But we order in and we just relax. Like,
Yeah.
there's no expectations whatsoever. And it's just the most chill thing. We watch the kids play around. We play with them. I mean, we're not worrying about cooking, about cleaning, about doing laundry, about nothing. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna do things that I love. Put on makeup. You know, I'm putting on makeup to go play in the
Taking it off and
backyard
then
with the
putting it
kids.
on again.
Tomorrow I'm gonna put makeup on all day. I'm gonna take it off and then put it on again.
Yeah. And honestly, it is a little bit harder when you have babies. I know
Yeah.
both of
Yeah.
you have babies, and it is different. Like, now my kids are not, like, my daughter's 3, just turned 3, so it's not like she, like, does her own thing herself. So it's like, it's easy for me to say, but I do get where you guys are coming. You do have to stop and actually, you know, take care of them and stuff. So I get it, but just know that, like, don't feel guilty for, like,
Right.
and what I do is, like, as the days leading up to the holiday, I'm like, remember to my husband, remember to my kids, I'm not doing anything that day. So don't ask me for anything, because nothing is going to happen that day. I'm going to chill.
I told my
love
daughter,
it.
I said,
Fair
it's
warning.
Mom's Day, so you're going to do whatever Mommy said, and then she forgot.
Okay, let's get to these questions. Okay, because we have a lot of questions. Hopefully we get through a lot. But Lily, okay, here's a question that it's cool. Okay, but it's Jess. My question. A few months ago, I told my boss / company I will leave the company to pursue my business, which is Raggedy Tiff, and spend more time with my 10-year-old daughter. I'm excited and nervous, but I know I will be just fine. I know something similar happened to you a while back. Any advice?
I think it's very courageous to do that. My decision to leave Mattel, I used to be creative director for Barbie for 17 years. Well, I was creative director for 5 years, but I worked for Mattel for 17 years. You know, and I mean, I had my whole family, my kids, when I was working at Mattel, and that was like literally a dream, something that I really aspired to be a mom. And I envisioned myself raising my kids and my husband working. I didn't envision myself working, you know, a full-time job, and my husband was raising the kids. My husband was at home. So for me, the decision was something that I really wanted to do at some point. Obviously, from a financial standpoint, it was much better for me to stay at work. So, but I knew it was a matter of time until I had to be with my family. I had to be the one raising them and doing that. So my advice to her is, be very practical about it. You know, we talked about just a minute ago about emotions. Don't make any decisions based on emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be very, we saved up, you know, leading up to my decision, you know, just for that transitional period. And especially because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Right.
In terms of, I knew I still wanted to work part-time or do something, you know, but my husband was going to be the one going back to work. So I feel like if something's speaking in your heart and telling you this is what you need to do, you need to listen to your heart, but you need to make those decisions with your brain, with
Right.
thought on how you're going to go about that, executing those emotions that your heart is feeling, because you can't just like say, peace out, I'm leaving. You have to be, just to set yourself up and put yourself in a better situation. Don't be out of a job and be like, oh my God, I'm with my kid, but I'm not happy because what am I doing? So we worked that out, and it was a good transition, for us to do that. So I just say, just stick to your guns. Be very mindful that, for a while, I think I went through, because I was there 17 years, I mean, that was part of my identity as a professional, I grew up there. I started working at Mattel when I was 20. So it was like, I felt like lost for a little bit. Like you broke up with with your boyfriend or something. Like it was really sad. And like all these people I worked with, I friendships, and although it was like something I chose to do, I still miss them. I miss the work. I miss being part of something that impacts girls. But slowly, you start to like find your new life and like your groove, and you're really going to enjoy it. And I think she's going to enjoy it. I heard her episode. I think she was pretty young when she had her daughter.
Yeah,
and, she had to go to college and work. And like now it's her time to enjoy her daughter. And I think as a mom, if you can do it, you should do it. You should try. And she'll quickly realize, let's go back to work. I'm just kidding. No. She'll love it. I mean, for me, it's been a little over a year. So I don't know if I answer her question, but I feel like it's just follow her heart.
That's a great advice.
Yeah.
I love that. Follow your heart. Okay. Where's that homework question that we were looking at, I think?
Homework with the kids.
How is that?
Wait, hold on. What was that question? Oh, here we go. All right, another question, Lily. How do you keep the connection between you and your kids individually? I think you answered that in the last episode. You guys should check back and listen to that one. How do you handle homework time, and how involved are you in school projects?
So, I have my 3 oldest are boys, and they're in school. I got a 6th grader, 4th grader, and a 2nd grader, and fun times. And
do they all go to the same school?
They go to the same school, but 2 of them go to the same school, and the other school is a charter school, but it's within the school. So but they have different times. So just quickly recap from what I answered last time is that I try to have quote unquote dates with my kids. So I'll go individually with each one and do stuff, go to the movies, go out to lunch individually. And we just have different relationships. There's different interests that we have. Like my oldest loves the Dodgers, baseball. And so we try to talk a lot about that. The middle one is very much into like leadership and school and like projects, and I help them out with that. The little one likes to just have fun and paint and be creative, and so we do that. So it's just having those special relationships and making time.
And Sally just takes her jelly purse everywhere.
Yeah, and Sally just follows me around everywhere. Although I say what she wants, so she's technically the boss, but she follows me around.
How much time do you spend on homework?
I know, we were just, Lisa and I were talking about that. So homework is interesting. The 2 oldest are actually pretty good at doing their homework and being they actually get it done during school before they get home. So it's good. But the 7-year-old, he's going to be 8. He's very distracted. He's actually very smart, but doesn't like homework. He's actually the creative type. Like he likes to just paint and play and like just hang out and like not be bothered with reading and math and all that, right? So him, I spend a little more time, but it's not that he can't do it. It's more like, Noah, homework. Noah, your homework. Noah, what are you doing? Where's your homework? Are you done? So it's more of like, so him, if he gets out of school at 3, we're done with homework maybe at 7.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's because he stops and goes. And, I'm busy, so I'm off doing something else, and his homework isn't that done. So it's more of like that. You're not going to get dessert if you don't finish your homework. We're not going to play game after dinner if you don't finish your homework. And so he starts crying. No, well, do your homework. I mean, it is every day. So I've accepted it. I mean, that's how afternoons are. I've tried different things, but he's just really distracted. And sometimes he'll do it. Sometimes are good days. Sometimes are bad days. But homework, and then if there's a home, because, some of the 6th grader homework, I'm like, I don't know what this is. What is this?
Yeah,
I know. That's what I was telling my husband. I was like, I think we're going to have to go back to school.
I'm like, thank goodness my husband, like, he's pretty smart. I'm the creative one, he's the smart one. He was actually gonna be a teacher, and so I'm like, go talk to your dad. He'll know that one. Go ask him. Let's look it up. Let's type it in. Is there an app for that? But
Google.
yeah. And you know what? At first I didn't want him to know that I didn't know, because growing up I thought my parents knew everything. I thought all adults knew everything.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't know everything. I really don't. So I don't, claim I do. So let's just find out. Let's go look out a book. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't answer. None of us know the answer. Tell your teacher this is too we don't get it.
Too hard.
We don't get
Tell
it.
your teacher I need tutoring.
I know.
But that's what I was asked, because I think you kind of woke me up for my like unrealistic dream, because I have this whole thing about homework, and I'm like, if my kid comes home and doesn't want to do homework, I'm not gonna force him to do homework. That's how I feel right now, because I'm like, how unfair is that these kids stay in school all day and then come home and then have to do more homework, and then like go, and then like at what point do they get to express their mind?
Right.
At what point do they get to just like
Play.
be free and like, and and then for us too, we come,
Oh, yeah.
we go to work all day, come home, and then we still have to do homework.
Mhm.
Like, what is this? Like, I'm
Right.
just, and then so then
And
you
then I
told
bust
me,
Bricia's bubble.
yeah. I was like, my kid's not gonna do homework.
I'm like, I used to think that, but
parent teachers conferences, right? She said it's basically like you going back to school, and the teacher makes you feel bad if your kid falls behind.
Right.
yeah, I mean, you really responsible. I mean, for the kids to do good, this is very true. It really depends a lot also on parent involvement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, bottom line, right? So as much as I hate doing homework, because God knows I don't want to go back to school to, be doing, pre-algebra or whatever. But, there's a parent-teacher conference, and there you go. Your teacher, you see the bar where you have the kids' averages, and your kid is like, just about average. You're kind of like, damn, who's this kid over here? He's like past the graph. Like, who's parent? What? So I feel bad. I'm like, oh no, son. The competitive spirit comes like, oh son, we gotta work on this. Like, it's
Yeah.
almost like I need to go back to school so then my kid could look good. So it's like, oh yeah, he's the mom. Like it's me. So yeah.
The other day I had a conversation with some friends about homework. They're like teachers and stuff. And they were telling me that there's also, of course, a lot of money involved in the whole homework industry, because
There's money involved in everything.
Yeah, no, seriously, because they say that the actual like programs that they sell the teachers, like
Nice.
it's they buy them. So in order for them to make money, they have to like, more homework so they can buy more things. Like this whole
See what I mean? It's all business.
It's all
no,
business.
I have to figure out how to figure it out with my son. I gotta figure out how to figure it out.
I'm shaking my head.
Because I'm like, what? I don't, it makes no sense to me. Like I've
read
discussion
so
with
many articles
people.
lately about homework and how damaging it is for kids.
But that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I remember
I'm gonna go
growing
picket-
up.
I'm gonna go picket the school.
No, I remember
Moms,
growing
join
up.
me.
We had all we did in the afternoon was do homework, and then of course the moms, you only deal with one, but like I remember my mom was dealing with all of us, and she would get all like, but I mean, imagine 3 kids not wanting to do homework.
Yeah.
Like-
Imagine
Well-
if the 3 of them rebelled against you, like.
No, luckily 2 of them like doing
Yeah.
homework
Yeah.
and 1 of them doesn't. But yeah, no, it's
I'm gonna go picket the schools, ladies. If you guys want to come follow me, I'll see you.
It's fun. And the thing is, it's like, I'm not like a helicopter mom. I really feel like they need to own it. So they know that when they get to school, wash up and then, snack and then your homework. And then I would look at them and they're either playing a video game and I'm like, what happened to your homework? It's like, oh, I'm done. Okay. You finished it. Okay. Like they need to be responsible for they need to own up to their grades. That's part of my parenting style is like, I really want them to own and make their own decisions and see the consequences of that.
Right.
And then I can guide them or walk them through, but I'm not going to make the choice. I'm not going to be like, oh, like, you got to do it. It's like, no, this is your own benefit. You want to get
with
a
the
D?
belt next to them.
Go for it.
Con la chancla.
Oh my God, that is something I wanted to talk to you guys about, the belt and the chancla and all that. But anyways, we could go ahead and
Talk about the belt and the check light.
no, because you know how you send me like, okay, kind of what we should talk about. And so I was thinking about it, and I told my husband, I'm like, I'm going to talk about this because I feel really strongly about that. Growing up, we all got the belt and the chancla.
Oh, yes,
you know,
we did.
and
I got the belt, bows, and the chancla. I know that chancla is like the big thing that everybody talks about. What about
no,
cinturón?
I got the belt. The what?
Cinturón, el cinturón.
Oh yeah, no, I got the belt
got the
or the
belt.
spanking.
What about like when your dad would open his belt and you're like, ah! Run,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Te voy a dar. They would take off his belt like, ah! And we
Well,
would run.
my dad didn't spank. Oh no, he would spank us or pull our ear. My mom's the one that used the belt because she said hitting us with the hand hurt her, so she would use the belt. But and then my brother would just laugh at her. So it was obviously very ineffective. It did not work.
No.
And so I thought to myself, like, I don't want this. I don't want to do that when I have kids. And you know what? I have 3 boys, 12, 8, and how old is my kid? 10. Oh my God. 12, 10, and 8. And I mean, I maybe pull their ear when we're in public. I'll pinch them in the arm, like, okay, keep it moving, keep it along. But that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
Like they're probably sick of me of talking because I talk to them. You know, like
They're probably like, Mom, just hit me. Shut up.
pretty much.
No, I totally, I agree with you. Like, it was, we growing up, it was the same thing. It was whatever my mom had in her hand. It was a belt, un matamoscas, like everything, right? But it just didn't really work because all we were was just scared. You know, it was just like, and then it was going to be
Wait
over.
until your
and that's
dad gets home.
I remember my cousins. I just had that image in my head. I remember we have some cousins that are twins, and they were like, or we used to be very close. And when the mom used to like come behind them, they would they would go, they would
shuffle their
they would
feet.
shuffle their feet. They would shuffle their feet, and the mom would get close, and they would run. I have that image in my head. I always wanted to do that, but not with my mom.
No, not with my mom.
But
Well, you know what I think? That stems from something deeper that goes back to Mexico as a country. Every Latin American country, I think, in general. Every Latin American country is led by fear, right? The government installs fear. It's a very fear-based society. So I think like it's sort of like that's the way our parents are brought up in that country. And right here, it's not, you know? I mean, maybe now it's becoming like that. But I feel like here is different. It's the land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the land of the oppressed and
Yeah.
the fear and people with fear. Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with you because I definitely have that mentality of like you're an individual, like you need to make those choices and
Justice for all.
yeah, I mean
I was beat up by my teacher.
In
Like,
Mexico.
the teachers would hit you,
Yeah,
right?
they would hit you.
Piojito. They would go like
Yeah.
this with
Yeah,
the pen. Because I went to school in Mexico for like a year and a half. They would hit you with the ruler
They
on
hit
the
the
tips,
ruler.
the tips of
Yeah.
your finger.
you know,
Like,
one time
what
my
the
teacher
heck?
put gum in my hair because I was chewing gum in school,
Yeah,
and then he put
I
it in my
believe it.
hair.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what? So I imagine like when they had to cut it, I had like a
patch.
patch of, you know, and the teachers would do that, and the parents would be like,
Good job.
good job, you know.
My parents would be like, es tu culpa. Why were you chewing gum in class? Like,
Estírele las orejas. Sí, sí, si se porta mal, de unas nalgadas.
Can you imagine if your kid gets home and like my teacher beat me up?
Oh,
hell
no. No, but yeah, so
Poor
I
teacher.
that's one thing that I definitely, a cycle I wanted to break, and there hasn't been any need. I mean, I feel maybe I've like just give them such a guilt trip of like being appropriate and how disrespectful they're being, and like that, you know, I really just want to teach them about respecting each other and other people and things and just their environment. You know, it's so inappropriate, and you know, they're so sweet. They're like, Mom, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, I'm disappointed. I think that's even worse. So they're just like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Mom, I won't do it again. And then tomorrow they'll do it again. But we'll have that conversation then.
yeah.
That's great. I mean, you know, I'm learning right now to do that because I didn't really know how that looked like, you know, like just talking. And right now that I just have like endless conversations with my daughter, I think, you know, it has brought us so much closer.
Yeah.
Like, she tells me how she feels. She's starting to tell me how she feels. Obviously, she wants a penis.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think I was ever that open with my parents ever. So I'm really happy to see that, you know, she's open with me, and, you know, whatever she feels, it tells me. The other day, like, I think I moved my feet and so I hit her. She's like, Mom, why did you hit me? And I said, I didn't hit you. It was an accident. I felt it in my leg. Please don't hit me again. And I was like, oh my God, if I would have ever said to my mom something like that, I don't ever even picture me saying something like that to my mom.
Even right now,
I had like this really hard conversation with my parents, and I felt like I was 5 years old. Like I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. So I'm very glad. Like I'm working on it, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but I think that's the beauty of us being parents. Now we get to take the good that we learn and just keep the bad, and that's something that I'm always gonna take. I empower myself. Like I don't have to parent the way my parents did. I don't really I don't have to. I could parent how I see fit. They're my kids, like I'm responsible for them, and every decision I make is to make them the best human being for society, for themselves, as I possibly can. And it's up to them truly what they choose and the decisions they're going to make. I'm going to support them no matter what, and I make sure I tell them. And I tell them they're going to make mistakes, but guess what? Guess who's always going to be there?
Mommy.
Mom's going to be here. I may not agree with some of the stuff you do, but I'm still going to, I want you to know I'm going to, because my parent, oh my God, my dad would be like, no, que no van a salir con Domingo 7 porque no se van de la casa, and no, I'm not going to talk to them. And I just was a good girl. I was like, oh my God, they're going to kick me out of the house. I better be a good girl. I don't want that. I'm like, dude, go do what you got to do. You're your own person. Live your life. Do you, boo-boo.
Okay, other questions. Are you... Are your kids okay with you posting pictures of them, especially the older ones? Also, what apps do you use to edit your pictures? How do you stay in such great shape?
Oh, those are like a compound question. So the first one is
that what it's called, a compound question?
A compound, because it's several pretty much several parts of the question. So the first one is how do they feel? Well, the oldest doesn't really like to be in the photos. That's why you don't see a lot of pictures of him on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, it goes by age. Like the two little ones, they're little hams. They love it. And my daughter's like, she'll tell me to stop. Like if I'm taking, she's like, stop. So we stop taking pictures. So yeah, and they actually have their own Instagram accounts. So, which by the way, they got without me knowing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, he's like 11 with his own, and then the other one's like 9. And I was like, I forgot how I found out. I think I went through his phone and I found that he had, and I'm like, what? So then I asked them, I'm like, oh, so do you guys want an Instagram account? I'm like, this is their chance for them to, like, if they lie to me, all hell is going to break loose. So if they cough up to it, then okay, we can negotiate, like, Yeah. So I'm really expecting they're going to deny, and they're just going to be like, yeah, let's have one. But no, they coughed up. They looked at each other like, Mom, actually, we already have one. I know. That's why I'm asking. What the hell? Whose permission did you get to get an Instagram account? So they're really sweet about it. They're like, I
think that's pretty normal though, no? 11-year-old.
Yes. No, I think he's still too young. I still think he's too young. I mean, he's 11 and 9.
What's gonna exist with my kids 11?
Yeah, he's 11. They got it at 11 and 9. I actually was thinking more 12, 13. They could have it, but so, I mean, they're private and, they just post like silly stuff. But I the first conversation was danger.
Right.
Danger in the internet, and the people that would call. I told them, I go, it could be a gross man. I mean, I keep it real. Like, could be somebody pretending to be somebody that they're not. Mm-hmm. And they're actually, there's very twisted people out there, son. Like, let's keep it real. Like, this is what's no, Mom, I know they talked to us about in school. Okay. And so they kind of stopped. They're like not really on Instagram, but they have an account. So yeah, I mean, they haven't said anything. I mean,
you were like, you've had Instagram all this time and you haven't liked my pictures?
You didn't comment on my thing. No, just kidding.
Like for like.
Like anything, they really like to keep it separate, And then the other question was,
what apps do you use to edit your pictures?
So, favorite app for I have a little border, and then for the color and the light is Photo Toaster.
Mm-hmm.
Photo Toaster.
And then I put a little watermark, and Photo Toaster has another app called Tidal FX, and that's where I do my little watermark. And then obviously Facetune. You gotta, smooth out the skin a little bit. So I use that. I gotta keep it real. I don't have perfect skin. I don't. So yeah, those are I think my favorite.
Hallelujah for whoever invented Facetune.
My teeth are not that white, people.
Yeah. So yeah, but I would say photo toaster is like my favorite. That's pretty much what I use.
How do you stay in shape? Facetune.
It's called Facetune. They have a little thing. It's called Reshape. You just reshape you. No, actually, I'm an outdoor person, but I'm not a very active person.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like to sweat. I'm gonna be real. I know it's good for you. I don't really care for it. So the way I stay in shape is I actually eat pretty good. I eat often. But what I put in I'm always thinking about food. Always. Oh my God, I love to eat. But I like to eat healthy. Like, I love to eat fresh. Fresh, I mean lots of veggies and lots of fruit. But, you know, being Mexican, I love Mexican food. I love Italian food. But I don't eat a lot of it. I eat... So, like, if we're having tacos, sometimes you eat, like, street tacos or whatever. Like, they'll give you 2 tortillas. I eat 1 tortilla. Like, I will not eat 2.
No, I make
like,
2 tacos out of 1.
Me too.
Yeah, so those are the little things that, I mean, they add up. These girls are hilarious.
I do too. I'm like, how many tacos
awesome.
do you want? I'm like 2, but then in reality it's 4.
See, I can't do it. You know why? Because I've always been really thin all my life. Like, that's, I think, and for a long time, like in high school, I was like, oh my God, I want curves. I mean, I was like a stick. No, it was not even healthy.
I mean, and Bricia are like having the same problem. I'm air quoting people.
That's hilarious. So I finally, when I had kids, I got curves, but with my first
I need 3 more kids for the curves to come in.
But the first son, I gained like 50 pounds. Like,
wow.
I got gestational diabetes. It was not good. Why? Because I didn't eat 4 tacos, Paulina. I ate 15.
Oh, wow.
I would
like
eat
15
well,
to
not
make
15
30?
no, I would eat like 8 in a sitting. Like, I would eat 8 in a
Ooh.
sitting. I would eat the big Jamba Juice thing. Like, I stay away from all of that now. But I gained, like, my doctor was like, what are you doing? I gave, like towards the end of your pregnancy, you go every 2 weeks.
Right.
One of those, in 2 weeks, I gained 15 pounds. And he was like, no, you cannot do this. And I was like, oh my God.
You're like out of control.
I was pregnant. My first, I always wanted to be pregnant. I could eat whatever I wanted. I fell on all those traps that you think you could do. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Don't recommend it. Don't do it. I beg everybody out there, do not eat crazy when you're pregnant.
Don't eat.
It will not go away magically.
Don't eat 8
It
tacos
did not
and
go away
juice.
for
No,
a
because
long
everybody's like,
time.
I'm pregnant. I can do whatever I want.
No, it's the word. No,
It's the
like
opposite.
Yeah.
You're supposed to eat what you eat now, maybe like an extra glass of milk. I think that's all there is to it. But no, I mean, I had to take classes to like learn how to eat because it was really bad. So
Paulina too.
So I've now gone, so now I'm like, I live by that. I finally, and I still, we're never happy with our weight, women. Let's keep it real. But I'm at a better place. I'm back to like where I should be. But yeah, it was really scary. I could not. And then for you, and then I kept, because I wanted to have the kids close. I never really lost the weight, and I would get pregnant again. Didn't lose the weight. So that was.
And I got pregnant again.
So every
and then
pregnancy.
I got pregnant again.
Every pregnancy.
And then again.
And again. Like a lot of times. So then it got better. I got better about it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't gain as much weight. This last baby, I gained maybe 25 pounds at the most. So it was better.
Yeah.
But
dang. I hate when people give that answer because it's like, oh, you mean I just eat better?
Just eat.
That's
I think
the secret, huh?
I heard that's it's like
no, it is.
It's about eating.
It's all about eating. It's all
I
about
walk
eating.
a lot. I try to be active and like go up and down the stairs and do that kind of thing. Just more natural, like dancing. I like to just be active and always doing something.
I always like to park far.
Yeah,
or take
like
the stairs.
exactly. Those little things, I definitely that's what I do.
I do because I'm like, that way I'll just walk a little longer.
Yeah.
Or I just take the kids for a walk or something. I mean,
it's all about the food though, huh?
It's
but
I come home and eat my 2 times 2 tacos.
I don't indulge in. I know I post a lot about like desserts and all that, and people always comment like, "What?" I take a bite. It's a picture. It's just pretty. It's just to look at it,
and you enjoy doing that.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, for me, it's an art. Like to like create something and take a picture and share it with everybody, and that cake that I make or whatever, that'll last the whole, and it's 6 of us. Like, come on, I'm not eating it all by myself, and we spread it out through the week. And so it's not, I don't eat the whole cake or all 20 pancakes by myself.
All right, let's take a break, you guys. So, when we come back, we're going to do our...
patterns to patterns.
Oh, my gosh. And yeah, when we come back, we're going to do our Patterns to Patterns segment brought to you by Seventh Generation. We'll be right back.
Mamacita.
I have to really find one of these songs. We're back with our favorite segment, Patterns to Patterns, brought to you by Seventh Generation. And in this segment, we ask our guest, or maybe each other when we don't have a guest, what is a generational pattern that we would like to break? Lily?
Well, we were talking a little bit about, the whole,
El cinturón.
El cinturón and the whole thing with like disciplining your kids with, spanking them and all that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel it worked for us, like growing up. If anything, we just now as an adults, we crack jokes about it and make fun of mom and like, why'd you do that? Like we were just laughing and like that did nothing. For me now, it's more of, I take it as a moment to, if they did something that needs to be disciplined, it's more of a lesson. Like, let's take an opportunity to like talk about it. And I really, 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 really try not to lose my temper. I mean, being a parent is about patience. I mean, that's all. It's patience. Because, if you look at it, the way I see parenting is treat your child how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the golden rule, but and I'm being literally, if you were a baby, how would you like to be treated? Please change that baby's diaper. You don't want, like, give them what they need, because if that was so I treat my babies like that, like my kids, like, that's how I want to be treated. Like, that's how I want to be mothered. I want to feel special. I want to feel nurtured. I want to feel safe. So I felt like, when my parents spanked us and they just didn't know how to, teach us a lesson. Yeah. And hitting us is not going to help. I mean, they did their best. My mom and my dad are like amazing. And, it didn't traumatize me or anything. It's like it was not even like that. But, when we were offline,
I still flinch if somebody raises their hand at me.
Like it was not like that. But I feel that, it's definitely an opportunity to be a parent. I mean, we chose to be parents. At least I did. I mean, I really consciously wanted to be a mom, not have a baby, because babies are for a year. I wanted to be a mom. Right. And so I wanted to raise these kids to be great kids, great adults. And so I had a moment that I have to share with you guys, because it was a moment that I always keep present in my mind, to aside from what I learned as growing up, but me as a parent, I had a moment that I feel it was a lapse in judgment. And I was like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? And every time I feel like I'm about to lose my patience with my kids, I think about that moment, and then it centers me, and it gives me patience, and it gives me a sense of like, okay, stop what you're doing. There's nothing more important than to handle the situation with your kid. Like, and I'll tell you what it was. My son was about almost 2 years old. And we were living in our first house, and it was a craftsman house. And I was watering. He was in front with me on the porch, and I was watering the plants, doing some gardening, and I was finishing up, and I was like watering everything down. He's like gonna be 2. He's a 2-year-old, and I was like thinking of dinner and like, what else am I going to do? And all the stuff I'm doing, right? And I'm, you're doing mundane things. Well, he got into the mud, and he tracked it all back up in the stairs where I had already cleaned, and it was like muddy everywhere. And I had already told him to stop. And like, he's 2. He does not know. He's having fun. But not me. I'm trying to like control things, and I'm like, stop it. I got so upset. I hosed him down with the hose. And the water was cold. It was like pressure. And he's just standing there. He looked at me like shocked. Like, he's I hosed down a 2-year-old. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did I just do? And like, I just remember the face of him. Like, he was just shocked. Like, Mom, how could... It's like I shot him. Yeah. He's like, Mom, what did you do? Like, I think he started to cry. I don't remember. I just remember going blank and just dropping the hose. And I'm like, oh my God. I just... Did anybody see that? Oh my God. That was like the worst parent move right now. Like, what did I just do? And I felt horrible. I whisked him up. I picked him up. I took him inside. Mud was everywhere. I didn't care. I was like, oh my God. Put a towel. I said, I felt terrible. I said, mark my words, this is never going to happen. I am going to take the time to give you what you need when you need it, because this is my job. Nothing else matters. And ever since then, I felt like, again, like you need to have that low moment to realize, wait a minute, let's bring it back up and let's keep it at that. Don't fall below that line. That is not your standard. And so I felt like as your parents, like they also didn't have the tools. How there's so many tools for us now in education and other moms talking, like Super Mamás talking about what other parenting styles and what other people do and stuff, and it helps you. It helps you come to the conclusion of how you want to parent and what kind of parent you want to be.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're the first person that you're shaping your kids' lives and the way they do things. And my mom would say a lot of things, and she would think, you're not listening to me. Oh, I listen and I remember and I keep it and I still do what she tells me. And so yeah, don't hit your kids, people. Talk to them.
I like that. I love that.
Was it this weekend or the last weekend that I tell you what Krista did? I cried. Was it I think 2 years ago when you went to Israel, you brought me a little ointment oil. Ointment? No, what's it called? Anoint. So I keep it under my, in a nice place in my living room, and it's been there. Nobody touches it. I use it whenever. So I really appreciate that gift. It's very important for me. And then last week, I was doing something in my room, and then all of a sudden I come out, and then I start smelling the oil, and I was like, what is that? And Krista grabbed the thing, and she put it all over the bear. That bear that Ramiro gave me for Valentine's. My first instinct was like, I'm going to spank this little girl so she can learn not to touch my stuff. And I was walking towards her with this anger. But as I was getting to her, I was like, I can't do that. So all I did was I picked her up and I said, you know what, Krista, you did something that really hurt mommy. And because I was crying, you did something that really hurt mommy. So I need a minute. I'm going to take you to your room because I cannot deal with you right now. So I took her and she was like, she didn't know what to do. So I just put her in her room and I said, you stay here. Okay. And I went outside and I was cleaning and I was crying because I was like, oh my God, I don't know. It was like a shock for me because it was very important. So I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then I went back to the room when I was calm and I was like, Krista, that really hurt mom. That really, really hurt. What those are my things. You should ask for them. But then I realized that something inside of me is changing, because I think that I would have hit her. I would have spanked her. I would have done something. I would have yelled. I would have, but she saw me when I was looking at her, and she saw me, and I just picked her up and I took her, and she got it. And she said, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm never going to touch your stuff. And, it was a moment for me that I realized that something inside of me is changing, and something inside of me is breaking a pattern, something, because I think before, or if it was another me, I would have totally hurt my kid. And I was very happy later, when I got over it. I was like, okay, I'm doing good, because it sometimes I feel like your kids bring out all those emotions that you have bottled up, and you could easily take them out on them, but it's not them. It's about you. It's about you and how you handle your emotions. So I just wanted to share that I feel like something inside of me, it's changing. I'm very happy about that. Yeah.
That's exactly. I mean, that's a perfect scenario. I mean, it happens all the time on a daily basis that they, and I just say to them, they don't know.
They don't.
Kids don't know. Why are you punishing them for? Right. They don't know the complexities. They don't know what that meant to you, and they just think, oh, let's play with the da-da.
Right. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is why I love my mom so much. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, by the way. Feliz Dia de las Madres. Is that my mom has this innate belief that things don't matter. It just physical things, she goes, we don't take with us when we die. We don't take the stuff. It's just stuff. You know what I mean? that moment, that thing has become a symbol to you of like your transformation and stuff, and that's more important than the actual thing,
right?
You know, so to me, and that's the materialistic things are like whatever. Comes and it goes. Great if you have them, fantastic. But if you have a great relationship with your son, with your husband, with your mom, like that is what you need to work at. That feeds the soul, and that's like what's so important.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy for you. That is awesome.
I know. You know, I know.
Maybe that was the purpose of that oil.
Exactly.
Maybe you kept it for so long for that moment.
I think so. And then, you know, then now after I told my husband.
And now the bear is blessed.
My mom is like, that's the most blessed bear in the world. I'm like, I know, Mom, believe me. It's from Israel. Like, so, you know, I just felt like, I just really felt something click inside of me as I was approaching her. And it was, you know, it was something very important for me, but it's also, it also like after that, you know, then the next day she played with my, what do you call it? My nail polish. And then, you know, after I was just like, it's going to happen, you know. We'll paint the room again or something, you know.
And
but
then when she's a teenager, she's going to grab your clothes. Like we used to grab mom's
clothes. It's just not worth it. It's like all those necessary like arguments, they're so not, it's not worth it, you guys. It's just let them have fun, like so they break it, so you clean it up. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like it is not.
They're kids and they need to play, you know. They need to play. They need to just be them. They need to be kids, because before we know it, they're not gonna be kids anymore. We're like, oh man, I wish you could be like a kid again and just play and enjoy. And you know, it is what it is.
That's it.
Break the pattern.
Break the patterns. That's a really good story. You hadn't told me that one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not glad. You get it, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you had that moment.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good moment for me.
Bless that bear.
Bless that bear.
Bless the bear.
Amen.
Hashtag bless the bear.
Hashtag bless the bear. Thank you, Lila. That's awesome. For more information on Seventh Generation, guys, visit their website, seventhgeneration.com. They have awesome products. This morning, I was cleaning my baby's high chair, like right, because I didn't clean last night. So it was Mother's Day, so I didn't clean. And
good,
then,
you shouldn't.
Yeah. So then this morning,
but she had guilt. Did you see her face? She was like, "I didn't clean." I ain't judging, girl. Good, so, you shouldn't clean.
So, hold on, wait. So then I was gonna put him on his high chair, but then I was like, shit, like it's dirty. Like I'm not gonna put my kid on a dirty ass high chair with like food from yesterday. So then I grabbed the cleaner from Seventh Generation and I cleaned it around. And like that's why I like love having organic products, because like you just kind of clean them around and then you sit them down. Like it's cool if he's sitting there and if I just cleaned it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Gives me peace of mind. Anyway, seventhgeneration.com. We'll be back with our Super Mama tip or pick of the week, or several picks or several tips. We'll be right back. And we're back. And Paulina just decided she's going to have a third kid.
It's been decided.
Thank you, Lily.
You're welcome.
We can all blame it on Lily later.
You come out. As long as you name her Lily, it's all good. I'm just kidding.
Well, Krista said if it's a boy, we're going to name him Julian. I don't know where she got that from.
Nice. Do you like it?
Not really.
She had a boyfriend named Julian back in the day.
Oh, then that name is automatically off the list.
Drive a white Supra.
My husband did not know about that, but now he will.
Off the
He
list.
doesn't listen.
I'm team husband. No.
He doesn't listen.
Ex-boyfriend names.
Super Mama pick or tip of the week.
Let's start with
Lily.
I actually have two. Can I give you two?
Oh,
Of course.
you can give
Two.
3 if you want.
I have two. I have a tip and a pick.
Okay.
Well, the pick is you liked my cell phone.
I love your
case.
cell phone case.
So
cute.
And I actually posted about it. But my cell phone case is actually a purse. So it's like a rubber. I actually cut off the flap, but anyway, it's called a purse case, and I actually got it at Kitson, and it's they actually were on Shark Tank, whatever, and I really love it because it's hands free. I'm busy mom, and when I go shopping, I put it on my wrist. It's like a wristlet.
Yeah.
And my hands are free. So I really love that pick. And then my tip, talking about food. So one mommy hack that I have is my kids are obsessed with noodles.
Oh.
So they love rice noodles. My brother actually has a Vietnamese / Mexican fusion restaurant in Echo Park, and he actually was serving birria with noodles, with rice noodles. So my kids, and then we go and we eat pho all the time. So what I started doing at home, because I love these noodles, these rice noodles. Now you could use rice or potato noodles. I actually put them on my Mexican and American dishes. So you typically have caldo de res, which is like a beef stew. Mm-hmm. So instead of putting rice or serving it with rice, do rice noodles. And it is so yummy. I love it that it doesn't cloud the broth.
Right.
Because the regular wheat noodles will cloud your broth and it'll just get all thick and stuff. The rice noodles don't do that, and they're just so yummy.
Where do you get the rice noodles?
So you get the rice noodles. You can get them at any like supermarket. You go on the like international foods aisle. And you can find them there.
Ethnic food aisle.
Yeah, I actually like to go to Asian markets because they have a bigger variety of them. But they taste good with birria, pozole, chicken soup, beef stew. I haven't tried a menudo yet. Maybe I'll try them with menudo, but I haven't tried it there yet. But rice noodles with your soups, so good.
Do you remember Dad was talking about that on Saturday? Because we went to eat dumplings and noodles.
Oh yeah, to Din Tai Fung. Have you been to Din Tai Fung? Girl,
that's gonna be my pick.
Oh, is that your pick?
Girl, Din Tai Fung is just
so good.
Where is that at?
They have two. So there's one in like Alhambra, Arcadia area. They have two there, and then they have one in Glendale.
Uh-huh.
Is it where they have like a long line?
Huge.
I think I've heard of it.
Huge. Dude, it is a bomb.
We waited 2 hours.
Damn, that good?
That good.
I mean, we shopped. We took my mom shopping for Mother's Day, and we hung out with the family.
Okay, so tell me about
I felt like I was in Disneyland.
Yeah.
The mall.
It's so delicious. So delicious. It's exactly that. And my dad was like, oh, what if we put noodles on the caldo de res? And I was like, sounds good. So, sounds really good.
See?
Yeah.
We're all on the same
You better
page.
put my name on the menu, okay? I'm just kidding. But yeah, rice noodles are so good with caldos.
With caldos.
They're
Because
so
essentially
good.
that's what it is,
I
right?
mean, you eat them with rice on the side or on the thing, so why not make it
Into
noodles?
a noodle.
It's so yummy.
My God.
And I like the rice, but if you cook it, they get too puffy, the rice.
Albondigas with these noodles.
Oh yeah,
off the hook. And the kids, I mean, this is a great hack for families with kids, because the kids, I mean, my kids love noodles. I don't know if it's the texture, the slurp. I mean, same thing with spaghetti. I mean, they just love it's a playful food. So noodles with your soups, people.
Yeah, Sabina really liked the noodles that day.
But they have to be rice / potato noodles are the best. But if you could just find rice noodles,
right?
Yeah.
All right. Send us a picture of them.
Yes, I will.
What you buy, so we can put them on our Instagram.
Well, if we're in the food, I was thinking what my pick is gonna be. Yesterday that I went to Trader Joe's, I realized that I am buying a lot of dried fruit for the kids because the same thing. My kids are really, really picky, and I always try to send them fresh fruit every day, but that food comes back all the time, and I feed them to them for dinner, and I find ways to give it to them. But I started giving my kids banana chip, dried bananas, dried cranberries, right this, and she loves to eat them because they're tiny little pieces, and those she eats all the time. So I feel, kind of like balancing it, like giving them some fresh fruit, but I also send them dry fruit, and I realize they eat it really well. So if your kids are picky, maybe that can work, send them some dry, and then that way that you can keep it for longer, because the fruit goes by once you cut it, it goes bad really easily, and then you end up throwing it in the trash, and it's it really hurts my heart every time I throw away that much fruit. So dry fruit is another good tip that I could share with you guys. Yeah, a good option.
I also feel like what I realize is that sometimes we find something that kids like, but because this is what happens to me. If he likes something, so I make it all the time, and then he gets tired of it faster.
Right.
I mean, he's one right now. I don't know if I think because Grisa will never get tired of frijoladas. Like she just eats that
Or
all
mac and cheese.
the time. So maybe it's different for a 3-4-year-old, but to me, I guess a tip would just be to switch it up, like switch, just switch it up here and there, because if not, like I don't. To me, I think that's what it is for me, because like if I found that he likes caldo de pollo, right? So I made like a huge thing of caldo de pollo. So I'm like, okay, great, I can freeze that. I froze it and put it in little bags. So I defreeze up one bag before I go to work. But like then like he won't eat it after a week, and I'm like, well, maybe because I just how going back to like treat your kids how you would like to be treated. I guess I would not like to eat the same shit every day, right?
Exactly my point.
So I'm like, crap. So now I'll have to like maybe make like 2 different like meals on Sunday to like that I can freeze in little bags, and then like switch it up, like one thing, another day with the other thing. But yeah, like if you make that and then you can freeze, I get like those Ziploc freezer bags, and I just like put like the date or whatever it is, and then I just the morning I just like when I leave to work, I put one bag in the fridge so it can thaw throughout the day, and then when I come home it's already ready to heat up, and it's fast.
Yeah, I mean it really won't fail you if you treat your kids. If that was you at that age, how do you want to? Do you want to eat that? Do you want to eat that every?
Yeah, like do you
every
really
day?
want to have caldo de pollo every single night? Like
I
no,
don't.
right?
No.
Yeah, and not.
That's another thing that I always buy. Also, that's really easy for the kids. Well, at least for mine already. Like just the little boneless chicken breasts.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I do is like I get home and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I just grab 1 or 2, I flatten it, and I just put some spices, and then grill it, and then put it over whatever they're eating. And I'm like, at least they're eating some chicken.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the best. The grilled chicken is the best.
The grilled, I mean, and they already come in like little boneless things. I just keep them also like by serving, and I just pull one serving, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think like keeping them by serving. I think
everything.
Sunday afternoons, if you spend just like prepping, so all during the week, like it's easier for everybody, I think that would be like the best thing. It's not like the funnest thing, but I think we can like find fun ways of doing it. I think involving kids while in the kitchen is really important.
But I do remember feeling very stressed that they wouldn't eat it, or like I cooked this and like you just rejected me. I spent like half an hour prepping this for you.
Tell me about it. I'm like,
that.
I just made an afternoon of chicken. Like your dad went to get organic chicken, like we went through all this trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you just like not
remember
eating it.
He's one like so I can't even tell you how I totally get it. I let it go. Yeah. I don't take it personally at all, because I'm trying to reason with a 1-year-old. He does not care.
I know they don't care.
He does not care.
It's very and it's hurtful. It was
hurtful.
It's very hurtful. Sometimes like you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this in my mind. I'm googling things like,
you're
okay,
doing
I'm
it for
this.
you. You're not doing it for him.
I'm doing like, I bought this new pasta that's made out of vegetables, and then
the bento box.
It's so cute. Look at this. Let's go. And then she's like, nah, I want a quesadilla. And I'm like, okay, then you're not gonna eat. Okay. And then she gets up and goes, and then I'm like, great. Great. Yeah. I did all of that, and you didn't appreciate me.
Yeah.
And I tell my husband, I'm like, what was the point of all of that? Let's just give him mac and cheese every day.
Exactly. And that's and remember at the beginning I said just take it easy. Like, don't be so hard on yourselves. Moms, on Mother's Day, don't be so hard on yourselves. Yeah. No. Just take it easy. Like, do your best, and then don't take it personally. Just chill, mamas. Chill, relax, enjoy them, because you're gonna beg them to come home and be with you and eat when they get older. And so
when they're 30, they're gonna be like, when did I become invisible?
He's not calling me.
That's what my dad told us last week.
When did I become invisible? I'm like, oh god.
Oh gosh, get it all hurt. So you'll see. I was just telling these beautiful sisters, like, they're coming into their own as mothers, as young mothers. I'm a veterana mom of 4 kids. I've been a mom for 12 years now. I've realized that, obviously with experience, you just have to relax. Everything will be okay. Like, everything will be fine. Whether you do it or don't do it.
Pressure on ourselves. There's so much. There's so much outside expectation. I know. But
nobody, the whole world is not inside your house.
I know.
Who cares what people think?
No, I understand. Like, we were talking about that the other day, right? Mm-hmm. We were just saying, like, you wake up and the first thing you see, it's like you check your Instagram, you check your Facebook, and you look at what everybody else is doing. You're like, oh shit, I only have to go to work, you know, like I only have to do this. Or you're always like, there's so much pressure from the social world,
social media,
from the social media, and then we still don't get it that doesn't really exist. Like I always, when I'm on the Snapchat, I always put in real life, because I'm like, that's what my life really is. Like my kids are in front of the TV with paper plates eating pizza, you know, like that's really what it is. I'm not, my chef is not waiting with my full menu here, you know, like I still have to wash the dishes, and I don't feel like washing the dishes today, so there's gonna be paper plates today, you know.
That's
so
I bet you every family has those days. I have those days. I'm like, I'm not washing dishes. It's paper plates for you people. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is. I can't even tell you how, like, I feel like a lot of moms are really hard on themselves, and I don't know, it breaks my heart. It really does, because I would just want you to see, like, already everything that you're doing is amazing,
right.
you know?
Yeah, and like you said, it's perception, really.
It's perception.
And like I think like that's also, again, like going back to like my woohoo moment yesterday, I'm like, well, I think like it's how you look at it. Like I'm blessed to even be able to be in this country. Number one, we're already ahead of the world. Do you know what I mean? Just blessed in so many ways. And I think like once we shift our sort of mindset to like to count the good things that we have in our life, and to like, you know, just make make an inventory of all the wonderfulness around us.
But he says it's what Oprah says. Be grateful.
Be grateful.
When you
Just
cannot hear Oprah, I mean,
be
it's
grateful.
Oprah.
I mean, there is now an episode, I'm not going to quote Oprah. Yeah. Be grateful.
Yeah.
You know, it truly is. We already, so if you look at it that way, yeah, like you're doing an amazing job. Like, I mean, I have my moments, but I know my kids are happy. That means I'm a good mom. They're happy. They're like, they're growing. They're excelling. They're everything I always wanted to be. And it's not because, oh my God, they rejected my cut up cubed carrots. Like now they're helping me cut the cube carrots for their sister. So it's like, just be grateful for those little moments. Right. And like, that to me, I get so excited about just having the opportunity to like have these kids, you know. So many moms can't have kids or struggle or whatever reasons. Like, so just don't be so hard on yourselves. Really don't. And enjoy it.
And don't be judging other moms.
Yeah, don't judge other moms.
I mean, everybody.
So
don't judge other moms and don't compare yourself to other moms.
Right, because it's just a different backgrounds. We all come from different backgrounds, you know.
But we do all want to be Beyonce. That we can agree with.
I actually am going to disagree with that.
Okay, well, let's just stop.
I'm not a
right
Beyonce
now.
fan.
I know. Neither is your sister. I remember we had this whole conversation. We were in Oaxaca, and I was
it's all about J-Lo.
I turned around and I was like, oh my God, I do not want to have this conversation with you right now. I remember
Oh
this.
my God, yeah, no, I'm team J-Lo.
Yeah,
J-Lo. I mean, J-Lo's great too. I mean, and look at her.
I mean,
well, see, that's a lot of pressure right there.
This is the thing. I think Beyonce's amazing. Oh my God, look at everything she's accomplished. I'm just not a fan of her music. I mean, that's all. I think she's fabulous. I love the way she dressed her hair. Good Lord.
And I feel the same way with J-Lo.
Yeah.
I love anything with J-Lo. I'm just not a fan of her music.
Yeah. See,
but like, I freaking love J-Lo. I mean,
I'm a fan of everything J-Lo.
Look at J-Lo, man. Like,
okay, let's just
look at Paulina. Yeah, Paulina. Let's talk about J-Lo.
No, I just like, you know what I mean. How old is she? Look at what you know what I mean. That's a lot of pressure.
She looks good, man.
She looks. Jesus.
You kind of look like J-Lo.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe
I only wish.
I only wish. You like her because
no,
you
you
kind of look like
do.
J-Lo.
I swear.
No.
Not even like we're not even
no, like for real.
For real.
I think it's the highlights. That's about it.
No, your face too.
No. I think
not?
if you like really like got like full glam and like got,
like a J-Lo makeover, I could like be like, oh,
yeah.
If you squint,
if I squint and I look at it for one eye and you go like real fast, I'd be like, was that J-Lo?
Yeah, I might have to work on my gluteus maximus to look remotely.
Damn.
No, because you can do like at an angle where you can kind of see your gluteus maximus, but like not really.
If not, there's some underwear that you can wear.
Yeah, you can.
You guys are really stretching that. I do not look like J-Lo, but I do love her.
I think you kind of look like J-Lo and I kind of look like Beyonce. Let's just leave it at that. All right, mamas.
I kind of look like Maribel Guardia. Hey, if I'm 60 or how old is she and look like that?
Maribel Guardia takes the cake, dude. I mean,
Maribel Guardia.
Dude, I don't even.
Guys.
Thalia Another
Aaliyah?
one. Otra.
Aaliyah is-
Otra.
yeah.
Made like a pact with the devil, that woman. Like,
For real.
You do not look younger than you did when you did Marimar, and you're like,
How?
You're
How
She
does
looks the
that-
same.
Yeah.
She looks the same.
She looks better.
She looks, I'm like, what the hell?
like, who are you? What do you do? Do you breathe? Do you like live like in an oxygen box and you just like lay there at night?
Maybe.
Do you suck the youthness out of girls like what is Snow White? You know how in Snow
Uh-huh.
White like,
Oh my
it would
God.
suck the youth out of
Hey, I'm all
somebody?
about Maribel Guardia, man. Maribel
All right,
Guardia.
you guys, we are way over. Ladies, thank you so much for another wonderful episode. Thank you, Lily, for giving us your time.
Thank you for
Shout out
having
to
me.
your blog, Beautiful Circus.
How is that going?
Oh, it's we didn't have time to talk about that. It's great. It's awesome. I'm having a lot of fun. It's a lot of we talked about this last time I came. I think off the mic, but that it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work to put a story together, and like these past few months I haven't posted. Just life has gotten in the way, and like I really want to put really good content, so it takes time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I get to put whatever I want. It's really
I love it.
another extension of my little family.
I
and-
go for inspiration.
Yes.
Okay.
You're my Pinterest.
Oh, good. Thank you. So
You should definitely like, put a picture of you and J-Lo together, though, for real.
No.
You know what? You're really good at makeup.
Oh my God,
so
you can
should
do like you should do like
should.
a makeup, like a J-Lo makeup tutorial.
These sisters, I do not look like J-Lo. But anyway, so
Follow Lily Love.
yes,
Lily Love 213
beautifulcircus.com.
at beautifulcircus.com and Lily Love 213, right?
Yes,
on
on
her
Instagram.
Instagram. And she's also gonna be the Super Mama Social.
Yay!
So come take your picture with. We're gonna.
I would love to meet you.
We're gonna have a
She's
J-Lo
gonna be dressed
lookalike
up as.
contest.
No, we're not. Oh my God, these girls.
We're gonna have a J-Lo meet and greet. It's gonna be hosted by Lily Love. I'm telling you, you do. Look, you're J-Lo. I'm Beyonce. She's Maribel Guardia.
We're forming a new group, people. You should come here to
All
perform.
right, get your tickets. The Super Mamás Social, supermamasocial.com. Follow us on Instagram.
at _Super Mamás on Facebook, Super Mamás Podcast, and our website www.supermamaspodcast.com.
And if you've made it this far into the episode, God bless your soul.
Yes.
You've
I
won.
apologize.
I feel
I'm
like we
sorry.
should give the moms who like went through this episode like made it through like almost 2 episodes. They should get a present. All right, ladies. Thank you. I love
Thank
you.
you, Lily.
Love you, Lily.
Thank you, guys.
Can you scream out a Super Mamás for us?
Super Mamás.
Bye. Super
Bye.
Mamás.
Oh, Super Mamás.
Like como J-Lo.
Así como J-Lo, pues. I ain't your mama.
I ain't your mama. Ain't your mama.
Bye.